Imagine waking up one morning with no debt, no credit card payments, no car loan, no student debt, no mortgage hanging over your head. For most people, this sounds impossible, but Dave Ramsey says it's not only possible, it's predictable. The Total Money Makeover is not a get-rich-quick book. It does not promise easy money or complicated investment tricks. Instead, it offers a simple, proven, step-by-step plan for financial fitness. Ramsey compares it to physical fitness. You wouldn't expect to get a six-pack by reading a magazine article. You have to do the work. The same is true with money. You need a plan, and you need to change your behavior. Ramsey is a #1 New York Times best-selling author and nationally syndicated radio host. His book has sold more than 5 million copies. Why? Because his plan works for normal people: nurses, teachers, truck drivers, and small business owners. You do not need a high income. You just need discipline and a clear set of steps. This summary will walk you through the core ideas: why most financial advice fails, the 7 baby steps that form the heart of the plan, the powerful debt snowball method, and the mindset shifts required to finish the race. Part 1. The lies we believe about money. Before Ramsey gives you the plan, he spends time destroying common financial myths. He calls these personal finance lies. Lie number 1, I need a credit card to build my credit score. Ramsey says the best credit score is no credit score. You do not need debt to prove you can handle debt. If you pay cash for everything, you never need a FICO score. And when you want to buy a house, a manual underwriting process can work just fine. Lie number 2, I can't save money because I don't make enough. This is an excuse. Ramsey has seen families making $25,000 a year get out of debt faster than families making $250,000 a year. It is not about income, it is about behavior. Lie number 3, debt is just a tool. No, says Ramsey, debt is not a tool. A hammer is a tool. A saw is a tool. Debt is a leash around your neck. When you owe money, you are not free. You are working for your lender, not for yourself. Lie number 4, I'll save money by taking out a car loan with 0% interest. That sounds smart, but Ramsey disagrees. Even 0% interest makes you buy a car that loses value immediately. If you paid cash for a reliable used car, you would save far more in the long run. Lie number 5, my situation is different. This is the most dangerous lie. Everyone thinks their case is special. Ramsey's answer is always the same. No, it's not. Millions of people have followed this plan. You are not the exception. Once you stop believing these lies, you are ready to start the real work. Part 2. The big picture. Gazelle intensity. Ramsey uses a powerful image. He says you need gazelle intensity. If you have ever watched a nature show, you know what happens when a cheetah chases a gazelle. The gazelle does not jog. It does not try its best. It runs for its life. Every muscle, every ounce of energy, every bit of focus goes into survival. That is how you must attack your debt. Most people treat debt like a minor inconvenience. They pay the minimums, they sometimes pay a little extra, but they are not intense. As a result, they stay in debt for decades. Ramsey says, get angry at your debt. Treat it like an emergency, because if you do not treat it like an emergency today, it will become an emergency tomorrow. The average person following Ramsey's plan gets out of debt in 18 to 24 months. That is not a long time, but it requires sacrifice. It means no restaurant meals, no vacations, no new phones. You live on rice and beans, literally. Ramsey famously says, rice and beans, beans and rice. That is your diet until the debt is gone. Part 3. The 7 baby steps. This is the heart of the book. The baby steps are 7 small, clear, repeatable steps. You do them in order. You do not skip ahead. Here they are.
Baby step 1. Save $1,000 for a starter emergency fund. Before you pay a single dollar of debt, you need a small safety net. Ramsey says save $1,000 as fast as you can. Sell things, work extra hours, cut every expense, get that $1,000 in the bank. Why? Because if you start paying debt and then your car breaks down, you will use a credit card. That puts you right back where you started. The $1,000 emergency fund covers small, unexpected expenses so you can keep moving forward. This is not a full emergency fund. It is just a starter. Think of it as a small shield against life's little surprises.
Baby step 2. Pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball. Now you attack your debt, but not in the way you might think. Ramsey rejects the debt avalanche method, where you pay off the highest interest rate first. Instead, he uses the debt snowball. List all your debts from smallest to largest, ignoring interest rates. Pay only the minimum on everything except the smallest debt. Throw every extra dollar you have at that smallest debt. When it is gone, take all that money and attack the next smallest debt. Why does this work? Because of psychology, not math. When you pay off a small debt quickly, you feel a win. That win gives you momentum. You feel powerful. You feel hope. And hope keeps you going. Ramsey tells story after story of people who tried the math-based approach for years and got nowhere. Then they switched to the snowball and were debt-free in months. Small wins lead to big victories. Baby step 3. Grow your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Once all non-mortgage debt is gone, you finally breathe. Now you save more. Take what you were paying toward debt and put it into savings until you have 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses. If you lose your job or get hurt, this money keeps you afloat. No credit cards, no panic, just peace of mind. For most people, this takes several more months, but you are already used to living on less. You are in the rhythm now. Keep going. Baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income for retirement. Now you start building wealth. Ramsey recommends investing 15% of your gross income into tax-advantaged retirement accounts like a 401k or Roth IRA. But here is the key. You do not need to be an expert. You just need to invest consistently in good growth stock mutual funds with a long track record. Ramsey does not recommend single stocks, day trading, or get-rich schemes. Slow and steady wins the race. Over decades, 15% invested each month turns into a massive nest egg.
Baby step 5. Save for your children's college. If you have kids, you start saving for their education. Ramsey likes 529 plans and education savings accounts. But here is his strong warning. Do not save for your kids' college before you save for your own retirement. Your children can borrow for school. You cannot borrow for retirement. So baby step 4 comes before baby step 5, always. Baby step 6. Pay off your home early. Imagine owning your house completely. No mortgage payment, no bank telling you what to do. That freedom is real, and it is closer than you think. After you are investing 15% and saving for college, every extra dollar goes toward the principal of your mortgage. Ramsey says most people can pay off a 15-year mortgage in 7 to 10 years. And if you already have a 30-year mortgage, you can pay it off even faster with intensity. When the mortgage is gone, your monthly expenses drop dramatically. You are now in complete control of your life. Baby step 7. Build wealth and give generously. The final step is the most fun. Now you have no debt, a full emergency fund, retirement savings on track, and a paid-for house. What do? You live like no one else.
You continue investing, you buy real estate if you want, you start businesses, but most importantly, you give. Ramsey is a Christian, and his book is rooted in the idea that money is not for hoarding, it is for helping. You give to your church, your community, and causes you believe in. This is the finish line, and millions of people have crossed it. Part 4. The Debt Snowball in detail. Because the debt snowball is so important, let me explain it more clearly. Let us say you have 4 debts: a credit card, $500, minimum $25, a medical bill, $2,000, minimum $50, a car loan, $10,000, minimum $300, and a student loan, $25,000, minimum $400. Your total minimum payments are $775. Your take-home pay is $4,000 a month. You find $500 extra by cutting expenses and working overtime. You pay the $25 minimum on everything except the $500 credit card. To that card, you send the $500 extra plus the $25 minimum, so $525 total. In 1 month, the credit card is gone. Now you feel great. You take the $525 you were paying on that card and add it to the $50 minimum on the medical bill. That's $575 per month. The $2,000 bill is gone in about 3.5 months. Next, you add that $575 to the $300 car payment, $875 total toward the car. The $10,000 loan disappears in about 11 months. Finally, you put $875 plus the $400 student loan minimum, $1,275 per month toward the student debt. That $25,000 loan is gone in under 20 months. Total time, about 3 years. That is fast, and the entire time you're building momentum because you see debts disappearing every few months.
Part 5. Common objections answered. What about interest rates? Paying off low-interest debt first is mathematically stupid. Ramsey agrees it is mathematically suboptimal, but personal finance is 20% math and 80% behavior. If math alone worked, everyone would be rich. The snowball works because it changes your behavior. You stick with it. You finish. What if I have a medical emergency during baby step 2? That is why you have the $1,000 emergency fund. It is not much, but it handles most small emergencies. For bigger problems, you pause the plan, handle the crisis, and restart. You do not give up. My spouse is not on board. What do I do? Ramsey says you cannot force anyone, but you can lead by example. Start the plan yourself, show progress, share the book. Often when one spouse sees the debt shrinking, the other joins in. I have a lot of debt. This will take years. Yes, it might, but the years will pass anyway. Do you want to arrive at the end of those years still in debt, or do you want to arrive free? The pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret.
Part 6. The importance of written budgeting. Ramsey is famous for one tool above all others: the zero-based budget. Every single dollar you earn has a name. You tell your money where to go. If you do not, it will disappear on its own. Every month, before the month begins, you write down your income and every expense. You assign every dollar until the number reaches 0. That does not mean you have no money left. It means every dollar is accounted for. Some for bills, some for food, some for debt, and even some for fun. Ramsey says, if you will not budget, you are saying you do not want to win. He also recommends using cash for variable expenses like groceries and entertainment. When the cash envelope is empty, you stop spending. This is painful at first, but it works. Part 7. The 5 biggest myths, one more time. Let me close the summary by repeating Ramsey's most important myths. I need debt to build credit. No, you need discipline. I'll save on taxes by keeping my mortgage. That is like saying you want to keep a headache because aspirin gives you a slight relief. Paying $1 in interest to save 25 cents in taxes is still losing 75 cents. Renting is throwing away money. No, renting is buying time and flexibility. And an underwater mortgage is a worse situation than renting. I can invest while paying off debt. Only if you like being in debt forever. Pay the debt first, then invest with full power. This plan is too extreme. That is exactly the point. The problem is extreme. The solution must be extreme too. Conclusion: you can do this. The Total Money Makeover is not a secret. It is not complex. It is a simple plan that requires hard work and sacrifice. But millions of ordinary people have done it. They were not smarter than you. They were not richer. They just started, and they did not quit. You have everything you need to begin today. Write down your debts from smallest to largest. Save your first $1,000 and start attacking. As Dave Ramsey always says, if you will live like no one else now, later you can live like no one else. Good luck. You've got this.